All right. Well, it's Saturday. Just hanging out in the shop. Thought I'd, thought I'd take a little bit of time to give, maybe a little bit of a review / observation on the Bobcat T66 R series. It's the only skid steer, or I guess compact track loader that I have. It's been good. I've got about 680 hours or so, give or take, on the machine. So it's been good for me. I run it alongside. I've got a Bobcat E60, got a Case 145 and a Case 650. So this is the only compact track loader I got in the business at this point. But if you're watching, kind of in the market for something that has a little bit higher lift height. Jobs have kind of changed direction a little bit, where loading a lot more bigger dump trucks where I need like that 10-foot lift height. But I thought I'd give you my perspective on, the machine. From my standpoint, I do dirt work. Not really doing anything on pavement. So, everything's pretty accessible in the back. I mean, easy to get to. Air filter, fuel filter, oil filters are easy to get to. Diesel's back here, no def. Fan, the only thing, I guess I would have put a reversing fan on here. This does not have a reversing fan, and so has a tendency to get clogged up, but nothing you can't get over without, maybe blowing out some air or something. So anyway, I think with 680 hours, it's a pretty good run on the machine. Obviously, it's still got a long life yet left, but from a track wear standpoint, it's dirt work that I do. I mean, it's still pretty good. Undercarriage, still looking pretty good. I mean, there's not really any wear. Rollers are looking good. So, I mean, it's definitely done pretty well. I'd say it's a, I guess, small to mid frame, skid steer. I'm gonna keep on referring to it as skid steer because I can't get that out of my mind. It's, compact track loader is just hard to say. It's got about a 70, I think I was measuring it earlier. I think they call it a 74 inch, but it's technically a 73 inch. The cutting edge is off of it. I'll rotate that between a cutting edge, and I've got a tooth bar I'll throw in there because I don't really do a lot of digging with it. It's generally, dirt and spread and gravel. So I'd say the only, I guess, major gripes I have with it is it's really the track to frame distance. This is a wide track machine, and so you've got maybe an inch, which is super frustrating because it doesn't really self-clean out that well. Those have been around machines. It's nice to have a little more space. You get mud collect up in there. I mean, mud, it's gonna stick everywhere, but even dirt clods just get stuck up in there. And part of that frustration is where Bobcat decided to put their hydraulic fill is literally right there. So you've got an inch and it packs full of dirt. You can kind of see where the dirt goes up on the frame here. And it's just almost impossible to get a good reading. You're checking it in the morning before you fire it up and it's all clogged up. But it does have a few, it's got some space to clean out, in the back, kind of in the middle, and over here. The good thing is there isn't any, any wires are exposed, no hydraulic lines are exposed. So it's just really, gets clogged up between the frame and the track. So there is some space between the cab and the undercarriage where you'll get dirt and mud inside, but I think that's probably on most skid steers. But I don't know. I guess that's really it. I mean, I've had it for a year and a half or so. I think that's somewhere around in there. The only issue that I actually had to get dealer support on was under warranty. Is I was getting water that was coming down somewhere back down through, here's what they were saying, and getting between this crevice, going down through and hitting a wiring harness, and I had some lights that were sticking on. So it ended up being like an issue. These parking lights were kind of staying displayed even with the machine or the key off. And so they fixed that. no questions asked. I guess it's been something they've had an issue with here and there on this particular, I think the R series in general. But outside of that, it's been a good machine. If you're in the market for, I think something that's, I don't know, probably this size, like a smaller size frame machine, pretty good. I have no issues with its lift capacity, at least for what I do. You know, I do mostly dirt work, not lifting like huge, massive loads, not breaking up a bunch of concrete. It's mostly just, like I said earlier, you know, gravel, dirt, that kind of thing. I think the other thing I'd mention about the machine, I'll walk out here for a minute, is so I've got some attachments that I've had really good success with on the T66. So I run a 80-inch roller, which is over here. So I got an 80-inch roller, which I absolutely love, the Vibra roller from Bobcat. I've got, I think it's a 74-inch, maybe 74-inch, the soil conditioner. I have that for the T66, runs amazing. I really, really like it. And then I've also got the, I think it's 74 inch as well, the Brush Cat. And so, I mean, I've run those in addition to the, you know, obviously the bucket. And then I've got a grapple that I've got as well. But I've had zero issues with the hydraulics. I feel like it runs the soil conditioner, the Brush Cat, and even the Vibra roller. The Vibra roller, I think it's like 2,500 pounds just by itself, but no issues. I think that'll be, might be better on a bigger machine, but I got the 80-inch intentionally. So, you know, down the road, I might have a bigger machine. The soil conditioner might be a little bit of a pain. My tracks might get out a little bit too wide on a bigger machine, but I don't know. I use that mostly for driveways and, you know, some, I guess, dirt work. But all right, well, I feel like I've just been rambling on, which I probably have been. Anyway, I just thought I'd give a quick kind of, I don't know, my perspective on the T66. You know, good machine for what it is. I'm a single excavation owner-operator guy, so I'm in the market for something a little bit bigger, but I think this suits anybody just fine. I mean, you know, the attachments I've got out there have worked just fine. If you need lift height, I'd go with something a little bit bigger. And if the track to frame frustrates you like it frustrates me, then I wouldn't get it either. But otherwise, it's been great. I mean, I have great dealer support. And so I'm going to stick with Bobcat. But if you have any questions, I guess feel free to comment. I'll answer if I can. So appreciate you tuning in. Take care.